Hi everyone, it's Matt, and this is my morning monologue. All right, so there are times when I don't feel comfortable in my own skin, but I know that it's wrong to wear someone else's, so I just roll with it. That was a joke, but seriously, there are times when I have some pretty significant low self-esteem. And but I'm working on it, you know. I'm working on it, but lifting it, raising it, and not lowering it. I'm sure there are some people out there who have really high self-esteem, and they have to work on lowering it, and they're probably like, wow, my self-esteem is off the hook. I gotta work on lowering it. But if anybody can do it, it's this guy. So, but that's not me. All right. So I've developed a few things, I guess they're tips or whatever that I'll share with you right now, to help you raise your self-esteem. All right. So when you haven't seen someone for a long time, like when I haven't seen someone for a long time, and they're like, "Hey Matt, how are you?" I say like, "Great," but maybe I don't necessarily feel that way. So this is what I'm going to try from now on. I'm going to try this when someone says like, "Hey Matt, how are you?" I'm going to go like this. You tell me. Huh? You tell me. Right? See what I did? I didn't answer the question. I just put it back on them. Cool. All right. So the next thing is this. Sometimes when I get a compliment, which isn't very often, that's the stinking thinking happening right there. But no, I don't know if you're like me, but if you get a compliment, sometimes you don't necessarily feel worthy of it, or you don't necessarily believe it or something like that, but you say thank you, right? But it just feels weird. Try this. This is my tip right here. When someone gives you a compliment, say thank you, but do it like this. Say thank you. And do like a gentle head nod as if you agree with it and as if you feel worthy of it, like thank you. Matt, great tip, Matt. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can probably almost see my cortisol level dropping and my testosterone level rising, right? You can? Thank you. Thank you, right? Okay, cool. My third tip is this, and this one is a bit more involved. And it's like, okay, so I don't know if you're anything like me, you might have like some negative self-talk, right? Some negative self-talk, like, let me flip that, like I don't know, like a distorted belief system or something like that comes up. And so what you might want to do is this. This is all very experimental stuff, mind you. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to externalize my negative my negative thought process, my distorted belief system. I'm going to sort of imagine that it's not here, but it's like right next to me, and I am going to I will embody that. And what I'll do is I will literally confront my distorted belief system, which I said, I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, well, see that? That's my negative thought process right now. That's like saying like you're totally over explaining it, and your hair looks really ridiculous. Okay, so we're off here. All right, so my hair is actually, I am not getting a cut because I want to be safe, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, maybe you should like slick it back or something like that, because it really looks very, very ridiculous, and it's getting gray. You've got gray. That's because I'm not ashamed of that. That's okay. I'll wear the gray. I'll wear it feathered back. No big deal. I'm a child of like the 70s or whatever. Yeah, well, I think that people think you probably look like Sean Cassidy. I've heard people say that you look like Sean. What's wrong with Sean Cassidy? Yeah, whatever. This bit is going on way too long, bro. Way too long. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, you want a piece of this? You want a piece of this? Yeah, I want a piece of this. Poof, poof, pa, 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 poof. Look at me. Look at me, distorted belief system. Take a look at me. Don't turn away. Look at me. Look into my eyes. Look right into my eyes. Because the pupils are the window to the soul. Define the soul. Okay, what that was right there, at the end, you'll notice that I said define the soul. Well, that was actually a reference back to my very first morning monologue. If you go back, you'll see, you can find my first one, and that was a reference to that. And so what I did there was I reincorporated that thing, as you'll see, where I said define the soul. In the first one, I said define God. And so basically what I did was I reincorporated that part or that bit. A lot of people in the stand-up comedy world, they call that a callback. I don't call that a callback. For me, that just doesn't really work. I use the term reincorporate or reincorporation. And I'm pretty sure that now that I've said that, now I've put that out there into the zeitgeist, that people are now probably going to start to use that term, and you'll hear it from now on, right? You'll probably start to hear comedians say like, oh, I reincorporated that, as opposed to saying, oh, that was a callback or something like that. And you will know that that came from this moment right here. You'll know where that phrase reincorporated, or that word got introduced into the lexicon of stand-up comedy. You'll know that it was this moment right here. Now, I may have gotten that from a Keith Johnstone thing. Yeah, I may have. I don't think I did. But if I did, I did. But I do feel like it might be one of those things that I started. I don't know. And I actually have listed here some phrases and some things that I'm pretty sure I started. But I can't prove. I can't prove that I started these things. But I am pretty sure well, right now, actually, the negative thought, the distorted belief, that distorted belief battle didn't go the way that you thought it would go. Yeah, that's true. It didn't go the way I thought it would go, but I don't need it to go that way. I just put it out there. I'm just taking a risk. I'm just being bold. You know what I mean? I'm going to get out there, put it out there. I'm going to just continue to work on it and refine it. These things are developed in front of people. Yeah, see that? I talked back to my negative thought process there, my distorted belief system, which I embodied, which is, I think, a good technique. You can use that, it's yours. But these are things that I'm pretty sure that I started, but I can't prove, and I'll leave you with this. I am pretty sure I started, but I cannot prove this. I'm pretty sure I started the voter sticker thing, the I voted. I'm pretty sure I started that because I just remember them, like I remember seeing stickers, very few of them, way back. This is a while ago. And I asked for it, and then I remember sort of taking a cute picture or whatever, you know what I mean, and putting it on Facebook. I think that I put it like on my eyeglasses or something like that. Or you know what? I think it was on my my brown jacket. I put it there. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I started that, but again, I can't prove it. The other thing that I think I'm pretty sure I started was or is the phrase "jump in, the water's warm." Pretty sure I started that, and I can pinpoint actually when I introduced that into the lexicon of the world. I believe it was 1991, 1992, in that time period in Hell's Kitchen, New York City, 46th and 9th Avenue. I was talking to a friend she was just about ready to get married. I haven't seen her in a long time. She said she was going to get married, and I was looking for a way to say, like, it's going to be amazing, whatever. And so Tracy and I had just gotten married, so I said, like, jump in, the water's warm. And I think that was the beginning of that. The next thing is, and I'm pretty sure I started but can't prove, is I'm pretty sure that I started the cookies and milk for Santa Claus and the carrots for the reindeer. Pretty sure I started that. I definitely started the carrots for the reindeer. That I feel confident with, and I feel relatively confident with the cookies and milk for Santa Claus, and it just kind of took off. But the carrots for the reindeer for sure, without a doubt. Speaking of milk, the phrase, the expression "leave room for milk," I started that for sure. I know it. Again, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure that I said at some point, like, oh, leave room for milk, because I really like a milky coffee. I like a lot of whole milk in my coffee. And so I feel, leave room for milk. Here's another one. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, I know that that's a cereal, right? It's a pretty popular cereal. But I feel like I am the person who started to call, wacky people, that person's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I think that was me that started that as well, that someone was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And this is the last one that I'll leave you. I'll leave you with this one right here. Call an audible. Again, I know that expression that's a football thing. The quarterback goes up, doesn't like what they see on the defense, so they call an audible. They call the second play that they have planned, right? And so I believe I took that and I introduced it into not necessarily the business world, but just like the world outside of football. So call an audible. Again, I cannot prove any of this, but I'm pretty sure. Odds are, like, one of these things I definitely started, but I can't prove it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much.